welcome everybody. Today I am going to be doing something a little different in Forza Motorsports. I'm going to be doing the Rivals races. And not just the rival race, I decided I want to test out my skills at drifting. So it's something new. I am going to admit right now, I kind of flubbed it a little bit, or not flubbed it, but faked it. As everybody knows, I do have a steering wheel. And that, if you've been watching my channel long enough, I do have a PXN racing wheel, even though it is a beginner's one. Well, my first couple attempts at drifting with that really stunk, so I switched over to the controller. Now, this is being captured off the Xbox Series X. And the main goal was to see how far up in rank I could go and just see what I could do real quick. I only did a few races, not a whole lot. Usually went to the one track, did a bunch, just kept beating rivals that came up until I couldn't beat anybody anymore. So let's go ahead and get into some of those races. Alright, so here we get ready to go on in. I'm going to be in Drifting 102. I have no rank, and I'm going up against a guy that is 17,000 in ranking. So first thing I do is pick the car I want to use, and I decided I was going to buy a different car. I didn't want to use the one that I've been using, so I wanted to try out a new one. And I was trying to debate which car I wanted. It was between Nissan, BMW, or the Toyota. I already owned one of the Nissan, so I'm like, I'm going to buy another Nissan and give it a shot with that. So that's what I did. And we start off on the East Circuit. It's got some pretty good areas for drifting in, so let's see what happens here. Now, the first lap usually isn't the greatest that I can do. You do start off with a rolling start. Like I said, I'm taking on a guy that is ranked 17,019 in the world. And I just want to see how far I get. So here I am just jumping into the car, see what's going on. Totally come off track here, or did I not? No, it looked like I might have kept it on that one. One of the openings I come completely off track, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't start until you reach the start line. Alright, let's go and get ready to see if I can beat this guy. Alright, here we go. He comes on out. And it's where it says rival, it's supposed to tell you what his score was. So I thought he scored 12,000 in here. But, yeah. So, try to keep the car as straight as I can. Trying to get as high a score as I can. And opening up, not too bad. I got 3,000 points so far, you know. Every time you put the car a little sideways, it does count. Faster speed definitely gets you up higher. We're going around, alright, 680. There he goes in his ghost car. I am going way too slow to get any good drifts going at the moment. I say, normally the rival score you see up there is what you have to beat, so this one kind of threw me off a little bit. And if you go off-road, it's null and void immediately. Lose whatever points you were making up, and that hurts in another one of these races. But going on around, I'm getting up there pretty good yet. A little bit higher speed, hit that corner, and I went off track. Damn. Just couldn't keep it on track there for a bit. If you think that's bad, you ought to see me when I tried the first time with the racing wheel. It was horrible. To the last corner before we head back down to the starting line. I do find it fun if you can just do it in the corners, but I do a little bit of drifting in here too, just so I can help build up my score a little bit more, because I thought I had a lot higher to go yet. I'm like, shoot. But it turns out, once we get to the finish line here, that I actually did beat this guy. Boom. Alright, congratulations, I beat him. Now here comes the next guy. As you can see, it did change to his proper score. 8,095 is what I have to beat. So, let's see what happens in the first run around here. And that looked like such a good drift right there. Oh. 23, I mean, that looked like a really good one. I really love to be able to hold it longer going around the corners, which I think some of the top drifters are doing in here. They have to be. But, man, that first one was good. Second one up there, he goes around in the Toyota. I didn't want to use the same car everybody else was using. A lot of people like using that Toyota, so I wanted to switch over to something else. So far, not bad. I'm up to 5,600. Get this corner again. Boom. Let's try the next one. One of these, I can't believe what happened. I don't know if it's here or not. He went off track there by looking at all the smoke. I could be wrong. No. Look, I'm already up to 7,000 points. I'm sitting there looking at this one. There, he definitely went off track. I'm like, man, I should be able to beat this guy. Coming on around, and I lose control there, too. It's like, damn it. All right, here we go. Let's get the car back centered again. Let's get moving. I don't have much to go to try to beat him. Let's see if I can get some more sideways action going. I beat him. Boom. Beat him, beat him, beat him, beat him. So 2 guys down. First try only. Alright, now we're on to the next guy. And if memory serves right, this is where I mess up a lot. He's got a good high score, 11,028. So, as you see, I get my first off track, another off track. A little bit of a spin out there. Just, I was not having a good time in this one. But kept going for right now. Going to come up and around because I feel I can beat that score. And that wasn't too bad. Hopefully it's not really pausing like that when you guys are walking there. I spin out again. I don't know if that's understeering, oversteering, whatever it is. Don't care. I spun out and I'm doing like crap. Try to get the next corner a little bit better. Nope, not really. Real tiny trip there. Next corner. Why do you keep pausing like that, you stupid thing? Hopefully it's not doing it to you guys, but it is on my watching here. Another drift, not that good. Try to get around this corner, which I like this corner, but messed up. Just could not keep this one straight, so let's go to the next try. Alright, so here we go again. And you can tell he had a rolling, that he was already moving there. It was not his first lap because of how fast he was going. But here we go again, come around, and better, but I go off track. Damn it! Just, I could not believe my luck constantly going off track right now. But alright, let's continue seeing what we can do here. Around the next corner, and nothing good there. Again, a really poor drift. I just could not get in sync on this run. Just really poor drifts every single time. Another really poor one. That one was a little bit better, but still not great. Just nothing but poor drifting in this section right here. I mean, I got pretty good up there and score him at the 5,000 mark, but the drifting was just really poor. Barely got anything there, so let's go for another lap. Alright, so here I go. I had to reset real quick because I'm really starting to get very irritated with the game right now. Just I'm not drifting worth a crap. So we did a reset, coming back down again. Now let's see what happens on this drift. I will tell you, it was a rage quit. I got so annoyed. Didn't throw my controller or anything. Didn't scream out loud because, you know, people were sleeping in the house. So I really couldn't do that. But here we go. I'm trying to get some good drifts going. All right, looking all right to start with. With that little bit, just want to try getting into it. Coming around. And I'm off track. That was enough. I couldn't keep a good rhythm going, so I just said, screw it. Let's see where I ended at. So going on back, my best score was 9,000, whatever it was. But where did I end up at? Got some pretty good credits there, though, for doing the drift racing. And I went up a level, got me a Earth Day suit unlocked. And let's go down to exit. And where did I end up at the end of this all? Well, I went up to 11,955 in ranking on this one. Not bad for technically only 2 completed races, so I can't consider that to be terrible. I would like to have gotten higher on this one, but I will come back and try it again later. All right, everybody, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.